So, when the chairs are gone, it seems there are less people, but I think some people went home, that's not a problem. So I hope you all enjoyed your day here, the people who made it. Thank you for attending and coming. And did someone use their mushroom card? Yeah, I see some thumbs. That's nice. Because I would like to invite to the stage Megan. Megan, would you please come here? Yes. Round of applause for Megan. Megan Milota. Because Megan, you are the inventor of the mushroom card. but you are from, say it yourself, from one of the program lines of the EWUU.
Indeed, I am the new coordinator of the Center for Unusual Collaborations.
Yeah, that sounds very okay, and like you are a spy or something.
Yeah. It's actually, in my opinion, the coolest team in the EWUU, if I'm allowed to say so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but what you do?
So we try to encourage transdisciplinary collaborations. What we try to do is teach people how to work in an interdisciplinary or transdisciplinary environment, and we also provide support and capacity building. So this is part of what we try to encourage.
Yeah, and what's the thought behind it?
Yeah, so what you see on your cards, if you all look at your cards, you'll see a nice little life cycle. We call this the transdisciplinary life cycle. This is how we try to facilitate and support transdisciplinarity. So it usually starts with an encounter, and that's what we try to encourage with the questions on the back of your card, that you start with maybe a different kind of question, a different kind of research interest, and out of that interest, maybe an engagement kind of grows, just like a mushroom or a mycelium underground, and those engagements sort of connect with each other and might ultimately lead to collaborations that lead to societally impactful research.
Right. And what was your question on your card?
Yeah, my question, I actually chose this question, I cheated.
Oh, yeah.
What was the recent meaningful happy failure? If you notice on your cards.
Happy failure?
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's one more spot. There's a QR codes on the back of your card, and those link to partners that we collaborate with or things that we do in KUKO. This is related to the Journal of Trial and Error. It's a journal devoted to failure. I recommend checking it out.
Okay, I'm still thinking about my happy failure.
Yeah, okay. What is your happy failure?
I don't know. I don't have a clue. I have to think about it. Maybe I'll come back to it later.
I'll come back to that one, yeah.
But maybe, is it nice that we ask the question in the audience?
Just a great question for all of you here. I know we had a lot of activities today, so you may not have had a time to ask the questions that were on your card, but is there anybody here who asked a question to another person, another participant?
Oh my God.
Oh, there's someone.
Okay, you raised your hand pretty quickly. It was a night's engagement?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Can you tell me something about it?
Well, the question I had on my card is, when was the last time you felt like you had a lot of time? And
that was also my question.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
yeah.
When was that for you?
No, I'm asking you.
In the conversation I had, we really came to the conclusion that it's also about unexpected little blocks of time that suddenly were filled with something else and then suddenly free up, that feel very free.
So you had the actual conversation?
Yeah.
It's not just asking the question.
No, yeah.
Okay, and because that was the encounter, the question, and then?
I'm interested, who was your conversation partner?
Gillian.
Gillian?
She's hiding behind there.
Hello, Gillian.
Hi.
Yeah, hi. So, how was the encounter with Casper?
Yeah, it was really nice also to maybe think a little bit more about it, because at first we thought, when do time? And then we gave some examples, but that also made us think of other examples or contexts that might happen. And then kind of looking at those, we saw what kind of patterns emerge or what kind of commonalities there were.
And did you engage and did you collaborate, or will there be a collaboration?
Well, you never know. You never know.
And that's exactly the point. So transdisciplinarity doesn't happen just out of nothing. Sometimes you need that underground network. You never know, maybe in 5 or 10 years they'll meet each other and be like, hey, remember how we talked at this conference? And that might lead to what we would call the collaborative fruits, a mushroom. So just like as an exercise, how many people know or have talked to one of these two people here? Raise your hand really high.
So Casper and Gillian, okay.
Okay. And if you look at the people who now have their hands in the air, how many of you know or have talked to the people that now have their hands in the air? Okay, let's do it one more time. Look at the people around you. How many people do you know, have you talked to? Or, yeah, look at that. Look at that underground network that suddenly is here if we try to make it visible. And that starts with two people having a conversation.
Wow, it really works.
It does.
It's not just trial and error, but it's really trial and error that works.
Yeah.
Almost everyone in the room had an encounter.
Indeed.
Wow, okay. Let's encounter some more with our board members, because maybe they had also some questions.
Yeah.
Shall we invite them to the stage?
I think we should.
Yeah?
All
Okay.
right.
Let's do that. Can I please ask to come to the stage Caroline Kroeze of the Wageningen University. Thank you. You can give her applause. Yeah. Wilco Hazeleger of Utrecht University, Louis Bond of UMC Utrecht, and Sylvia Leenaerts, our Rector Magnificus. If you want, you can sit down. Welcome. So we're really wondering. Okay, how was your day, Caroline?
I think it was very inspiring.
Yeah?
Yes.
Because that was the whole idea of the day, of course. But you also attended one of the breakout sessions.
I was in 2 breakout sessions actually. And they were beautiful, both of them. The first one was about personal resilience, and the second one was about how we can use biology and living technologies in society and how that can help us.
One more people who attended those sessions? Yeah, okay, nice. Yeah, and did you had an encounter today?
I had many encounters.
Yeah. And also one that's especially about this day, the transdisciplinary way the EWUU works.
Well, I think that was the whole aim of today, to talk about that. And one of the things I found most inspiring was the second keynote speaker of this morning, Maral, who I think told us that transdisciplinarity in itself is no guarantee for transitions. And that we need to organize that, we need to coordinate the participatory processes, and also that it requires a specific type of leadership. And when she said that, I thought this is exactly what EWUU is for and what we need to do together. And days like today help us to do that.
Thank you. You have also a question.
Yeah. Can I ask a question to one of the other fantastic people here on the stage? Okay.
We're here.
Louis, I have a question for you. So you have a lot of experience not only as a researcher, but also as a clinician. So maybe speaking out of that expertise as well, what kind of conditions are needed for meaningful transdisciplinary research?
And your question is for Louis, I think?
Yeah.
Thanks. So as a clinician, I think I actually don't really know the difference between interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary. But if you want to solve big problems, and I learned from you, EWUU is about solving big problems, then you need to look at the problems from different angles. Otherwise, they would have been solved already. Unfortunately, most of you I haven't met today, so but those who I've met, for example, the people that participated in the, or are participating in the burger panel, the civil participation panel, is really inspiring that by listening we get better and we understand practical solutions better. So I thought that was something that I learned today, not just as an idea, but I saw it work. People that knew each other and feel free to talk and are having the feeling that they are heard. Basically, the feeling of listening to society. So I think patient care is not very different from other societal problems. We need to listen to those who matter and look at it from different angles, basically all angles, to solve, as you always say, big problems. I don't know. Please, can I?
And EWUU provides in that, you think?
EWUU, absolutely. So, of course, yes, but why?
Yeah.
I think because we are very different organizations, and I'm an administrator from the medical part, and I can see that we don't have the solutions that we need to fix the problems that really matter. So one of the things that I think is really major at the moment is health disparities in society. I see the consequences, and I see a big responsibility for my organization to notice that and to work and do something about it. But we can't fix it alone. It is impossible, unthinkable.
Sylvia.
Sorry.
No.
Yeah.
I fully agree, and I really want to add to that we need EWUU now, because this is, we are living very challenging times, and the most easy thing is to dive away in your own discipline, in your own silo, and talk to only your own peers. But if you go outside, and that's why I like the different encounters, and you really get into the shoes and the perspective of people that are not in the academic context, and that is most of the population, then you can really create value for society. And it's out of the comfort zone, and I think we have to push ourselves and our researchers to go out and to listen, just listen to what are the concerns of people struggling in daily life, and how can we make a difference. And if you only talk to our peers in academic world and our own disciplines, we cannot make the difference. And that is the beautiful thing of EWUU, that we are so complementary that we can really have those strange encounters that can give the wow projects.
Yeah. The wow, that's nice. Yeah. And look, for you the question also, it's now 6 years, I believe. Yeah. We always look back, but if we go forward the next year, can you say something about that? What are the goals?
Well, yes, it's about 6 years.
6 years,
and you learn from it what happened then and look forward again. Indeed, we're looking for the big problems, but we also look for unicity where the complementarity of all four really makes a difference. And I think what we saw today, but the theme of today does it, and also the keynotes and the workshops, is what I think about transdisciplinarity is not only crossing the disciplines scientifically or scholarly, but also societally. Mm-hmm. And that's what we practice today a little bit, is to see how that, not only seeing society, engaging with stakeholders, but make it really reciprocal. Let it go back and forth. And I think that's something we still have to learn, how to do that. Both these aspects, to think of where does the unicity really sit, if you look at the four institutions, because they're both they're different, but they're also similar in a way. And then the next challenge, and I hope that would really happen in the next 4 or 6 years, is to go out to society and not only say we have the solutions for you, but basically let our research questions be shaped by that. And fulfill that promise. And that hasn't happened yet, to be honest, in that much. But I saw today glimpses that it's there.
So not only, like Morel said, invite them to the table, but also make them join. And that could be challenging.
We have beautiful words for that, like co-creation, co-development, etc. But really make that work on to make that work without those words.
Okay, challenging because maybe you have to change your plans.
Yeah, but that's no problem, is it? It makes it a bit more open in what you're, and maybe it's also more systemic in how we look at our institutions as well, and how they are funded and how we make plans and so on. Even though we have big strategic plans, there's a lot of space in that as well, luckily at the university. But we tend to do it within our own institution only, or perhaps in the safe academic world that we all know so well, except perhaps for Louis, who has the patients really next door. But that approach to go out and be motivated, inspired by it, but also truly collaborate there, that's something EWUU can do.
Sylvia.
Yeah, very much agree. And what I then also think, we do a lot of efforts in partnerships with industry, but we should also look to partnerships, civic partnerships, partnerships with society where we jointly determine the methodology, the goals together. And I often hear the flashy word co-creation, and but if you really look what co-creation is, that is from the beginning listen to society. And we should look for civic partnerships long term and not only oriented towards economic benefits.
Now, if I can just go ahead and jump in there, that's an open goal. I've got to take it. That requires curiosity, right? You know, curiosity and a willingness to have a learner's mentality and to be humble, I would say. It would be like 3 of the key characteristics. I'm wondering if you would want to add any more, any of you here. What kind of qualities do you need to engage in this kind of work?
Yeah, the qualities, yeah. Yeah, and that's nice, curiosity, because our university is 17 years old. Yeah, we are celebrating this year, yeah. And Curiosity Connects is exactly what we want to omarm. I don't know the English word. Embrace, yeah, thank you very much. So, yeah, I would really love to thank you for being here today, for making it possible, like looking over the schutting, another nice English word, you know, and do it together and be curious and engage, and not only engage and collaborate, but in real way. Thank you very much for attending. Thank you for attending, and a round of applause for our board members of the EWUU Alliance. And thank you, Megan, also for the mushroom card. I would say, yeah, take it home and use it for more things, and scan the QR code. Thank you very much for today. Next year we will be in Wageningen. Caroline will then be hosting this event, and next door there will be some drinks and bites. And please encounter, engage, and wonder, and make connections. Thank you very much.